Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. It certainly does feel fantastic to be here. Yes, it definitely has been a moment or three since I've been on YouTube making videos. Man, oh man. Yes, it's been a few months, that's for sure, and I'm glad to be back here, and I'm glad to have you back here with me as well. Thank you so much for the support. And I'm so glad to be back here today because today, July 7th, 2020, is exactly 5 years since I had surgery. July 7th, 2015. That's right, I did. I had surgery, Roux-en-Y surgery, July 7th, 2015 at Humber River Hospital in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. That's right. So of all days to be back, this is the day to be back. 5 years, man, oh man. Where does 5 years go? That's for sure. It's crazy how time flies. Ups and downs and all arounds. Boy, oh boy. So I've got myself a little checklist here that I'm going to go by all means, because I've been writing a few things down. Yes, I have. So we're going to take note of these things, and we're going to go through it. Well, where do we start off? My intro. Yes, I just did some of my intro, and I kind of forget how to do all this, but I'm going to do it. And we're not going to get into the weight right now. No, we're going to wait a few minutes for that. We're going to get into a couple other little things first. I think some more important things need to be addressed. Like, well, why was I away? Well, I got to the dark side. Yeah, I got to the dark side. This past winter has been a real challenge, that's for sure. Things were going fairly okay. Things were going really well, and then things went fairly okay, and then things just kind of went crappy, and then things just went south. And a lot of emotional problems going through there, by all means, and that was a really hard part to overcome. As you know, many of you know, being a weight loss surgery patient is very challenging in today's times, and any times, I'm sure. But now when there's more food available, there's more social media about food, and look at that, and look at that, and we're just exposed to it so much, and it makes it that much harder for many of us. And I know I'm not speaking for just myself. I'm sure there's a few of you out there that feel the same way as I do. So that was kind of really taking a bit of a toll. And with that, yeah, I went through a depression. I really did, and I can say that on here because that is part of my life, and that's part of my weight loss surgery life, was going through some depression. My weight wasn't happy. My life just in general at times wasn't happy. Unfortunately, with all the COVID-19 things that have been going on, that's put a real strain on everybody. Absolutely. And it really did, play a bit of a mental game on me as well. It's just, sometimes it's just really overwhelming. And I just found that it was just the same old thing over and over again, just eating the crap food again. Couldn't get, out of the rut. Didn't have a gym to go to, and especially in the wintertime, and didn't want to make any effort to try and go for a walk or anything like that. No, I was going to have nothing to do with that. It was just kind of like, well, the gym's closed. That's it. I'm not going to exercise. And I didn't even take care of myself when it came to the weight as well. Because I just wanted to eat crap all the time. And I got into that rut where from years before surgery, when it was chips, chocolates, and jujubes, and that's what I was into, and that's what I kind of started to get back into again this past winter. I just let it all go. I really did. And when you kind of get into that funk, it's really hard to get out of that. And like hard. And as you saw from my, my last couple of videos way back and whenever that was, my weight had been creeping up again, right? More and more, and I just kept bouncing around, but ultimately kept going up a little bit more. And of course, that's not a good thing. So, and that just kind of made me feel crappy. And what do we do when we feel crappy? Some of us, we eat, and that's what I did. Yeah, so that was a really sad, bad moment for me at that time. And I just found everything all at once just overwhelming. Yeah, it really did. So overwhelming that, well, again, my weight went up. So back into the stats, right? I'm 6'2", 50 years old, My highest weight ever recorded was 419 pounds in August of 2014. Like I said, I had surgery July 7th, 2015 at Humber River Hospital in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. My surgery weight was 340 pounds. My weight loss surgery goal weight was 219 pounds, which I originally reached that goal at week 33. The last time I came to you guys, which was when? April 7th, my weight was 280 pounds. So my weight was 280 pounds April 7th. I kept track of my weight, as terrible as it was. 284, 284, 286. Can you see where I'm going with this? 292. The highest that I ever got to, May 21st, I was 295 pounds. That's the highest regain I've ever been up to, 295 pounds. Didn't care. I was just happy. Happy, sad, but happy eating the crap food. Yep. And the more I looked at the scale and saw my weight going up, the more I kind of soothed myself by eating the crap. Yep, I sure did. So that was a real and that wasn't even the turning point, because it was just like, wow, it's that heavy. I'm not heavy. I was like, do I do something right now? Nope, I didn't rush into it because it just still wasn't ready. So I kind of took into that. I had a few aha moments, that's for sure. One, I came to the realization that I needed mental health help. So I reached out and I got some. And at the same time, when I was looking into getting help, I got a message from a friend from a few years ago. We used to hang out, work together, and he told me years ago, because we had fallen apart, just, mutually as friends, so we didn't see each other anymore. And he heard that I had surgery and ran into him one day. Again, this is years ago, 5 years ago, and he couldn't believe how successful I was doing. And he says to this day, it was because of seeing me like that, gave him the inspiration to go ahead and have the surgery himself, because he was an extra large fella as well. So he just he says, I saved his life. And I've told you this story before. And he had surgery, was a great success. And then all of a sudden, life happens, I guess, maybe for him too. And out of the blue, back in May, he just kind of reached out, hey, how you doing? Right, just want to let you know I'm not having a great time with my weight, So we were kind of comparing things. And he says, listen, buddy, he goes, you were my inspiration for that surgery those years ago. He goes, you're still my inspiration now. He goes, you cannot let me down. Your gaining the weight is not good for me either, he said, because I look up to you, And I was just like, yeah. Not only do I need to do for myself, but I need to do for the ones that I love and for the people out there that, like him, count on me or look forward to seeing my success. And I'm like, yep, I think I got to do something about it. So it was around at that time that, I started to get some help. And that help just involved looking at different things, looking at things differently, trying to make things better for myself. Got the mental health help that I needed, right? What else did I get? I realized, sorry, again, I go by notes, just like before, I still have to go by notes, right? I realized only I can control my thoughts. Only I can control my thoughts. And I can't control yours. And I have to accept things for the way they are. And beforehand, I was putting a lot of trying to control other people's thoughts, and it just wasn't working for me. And then I was just loading on the food because I was feeling crappy about it. You're right. We can't control each other's thoughts. We can accept, what's going on. So with that, I just learned, acceptance. And that's, certain things are the way they are, and not to use that as an excuse, for eating. So I did that. What else did I do? So I got another list here, right? Still going. I started taking care of myself mentally, right? Doing things for me and for the people close to me. Because if I'm not doing things for myself, I'm not doing any good for anybody else. And one thing that was suggested to me was find something that's for you, that you enjoy. And, of course, going to the gym was something that I enjoyed, but again, there was also a purpose for it, and that was to lose weight, right? To keep a healthier body, keep a healthier lifestyle. So it's like, well, what am I going to do? I don't play musical instruments, I don't sing, la la la, whatever. And then it was kind of brought up about kayaking. Of all things, I'm like, you know what? I kayaked years ago as a kid, and I don't mean like I never had my own. Just when I went to summer camp, and I always loved it. And I think I did it a few years ago, with my son when we went out for a day program somewhere. I'm like, yeah. And of course, as many of us know, water is such a peaceful thing, right? So, on the advice of the professionals, I went out and bought a kayak. And I have loved the water, so I have no fears of the water. And I tell you, I've been out in it 4 or 5 times now because I've only had it a few weeks. It's so relaxing. Yeah, just getting out onto the water and just paddling around, parting around, looking at things in a different way, and not worrying about things in life. And that's the mental break that I needed. And hopefully you guys have that mental break out there as well that you guys, can rely on, because we all need it. One way or another, we all need it. And so that's been a great thing for me, has just been going out there and doing that. Yeah, I'm using kayaking as an outlet to let my mind escape. It is. So I have been not out there a lot, but the times that I have been, I've really enjoyed. So it's just like, yeah, you know what? I do really like that. I like that so much. And then I totally changed my eating habits. So, I had my friend, from before that said, hey, you got to get back on track. I started to get the mental health, help, doing something for myself by the kayaking. Well, then, of course, I need to start eating better. And it was just like turning the light switch on. I'm like, aha, yeah, I gotta. And I did. I just stopped eating all the crap again. And I'm not perfect. Said this before. I'll say it again, I'm sure, down the road. I stopped eating all the crap. I started tracking. And the one thing I hated about tracking my food before was the guilt factor of, if I ate something bad, I'm not going to track it because I don't want to look at it again. But that's the worst thing you could do, right? So I've been tracking my food, keeping within, my calories, and going for walks, right? Totally changed my eating habits, and we've been going for walks. So, we'll go for walks almost every day, pretty much actually, yeah, almost every day. Good, 4 or 5 kilometer walks every morning. Great way to start off the day. And because when the gym opens up again, I'm going to be back at the gym. We're all going to be back at the gym if, we're all waiting to get back there. And when I was at the gym before, I was there at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So why not go walking at 4 o'clock in the morning? The weather's nice out, right? I might as well take advantage of it. Get my body and mind back into that whole getting up early and doing a thing. And it's been making a difference. It really has, because being able to get out there and walk again, everything, right? You know that. Everything comes together, and it feels so good when your eating is on point, you're doing something activity-wise which is on point, and then everything just changes, and it's amazing. Absolutely. So it's been really good. Like, it feels really, really good. So with eating properly, some extra mental health help, walking, exercising, doing fun activities like that, well, that's helped me lose some weight. Absolutely. So getting back to the weight, I was 280 the last time. My highest was 295 of regain. Today, I'm 259.6 pounds. So let's go back a few numbers, right? That's a loss of 80 pounds from my last weigh-in, 80 pounds, I wish. A loss of 20.4 pounds from my April weigh-in. That's a loss of 35 pounds from my highest weight, which was in May. My weight was 295. So my surgery loss from surgery is 80 pounds, 80.4, and my total loss from my highest weight ever recorded is 159.4 pounds. 259 pounds, 259.6 is where I am today. And only a couple of months ago in May, I was 295. What a difference. Absolutely. One difference, and I'm sure some of you can tell, yes, hello, I can see it, right? You know, I've lost weight. You can see it in my face. Absolutely. I can see it in my clothes. And I can feel it in my mind, in my body, in my soul. It feels amazing. Please, everybody, if you're struggling out there, do whatever you can to get back on track, because it does feel good again. And you know what? We're going to have ups and downs. Absolutely. But those days that are fantastic like this, where you're up because you're losing the weight that you had regained with, go with it. Do the best that you can. That's what I'm doing for sure. I'm definitely, doing the best that I can. I don't have any weights to be lifting. And I've seen some of you on Instagram lifting weights. Good for you guys. That's great that you have the weights to keep doing it, and keep doing it. I don't, so I'll just keep doing my walking, right? And doing my kayaking. And that's been a great help as well, right? Working on the arms that way. So it's amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm happier. Can you tell I'm happier? I sure am, because I think there's a big difference between now and from what I was back in April. Oh yeah, that's for sure. And so speaking of Instagram, and watching you guys, on Instagram and supporting you guys and clicking and likes and the hearts and all that, I'm on Instagram too. If you've never seen me on Instagram, there is a link down below. You can get to my Instagram account, and I've been posting pictures again, because again, that's what I did before, right? It was something that I wanted to do to share to my weight loss surgery community, and that's what you guys are. So, go back on Instagram and take a look around. And for those of you that do follow me on there, thank you very much, right? Because that's what I really enjoy, is supporting each other. That's what we do, right? That's all I gotta say. That's great. So, we're getting there, by all means. So, there's my weight, 259.6 pounds for today. So what do I want for the future? Well, I want to keep healthy. We all want to keep healthy. It won't be perfect, but we're going to do the best that we can to keep healthy, right? I want to remind myself there will be good days and bad days, but the bad days will get better, which is true. I had so many bad days in the wintertime and up until May-ish. And now they're better. It happens all the time. And again, back to the I'm not perfect thing. This past Thursday, I had 2 chocolate bars. Someone was there, had a bag full of chocolate bars. And I had a really weak moment. I really did. And instead of turning to, the protein bars that I have, or a protein shake, or just saying no and going for a walk or drinking more water, I had one. And then later on in the day, I had one. But the key thing that I feel good about, other than the fact that they were delicious, is the fact that I put it into my food tracker. Accountability. I had to. I can't just ignore it like I used to before. So I can look back on that day and say, yeah, you know what? I had 2 chocolate bars that day. Did it really affect my weight? I might have been plus or minus, a few ounces or whatever. But it wasn't a big deal. I just made sure I watched what I was doing for the rest of the day. So that's a big thing right there, right? Having that little quote-unquote treat, which is not a good thing, but not a bad thing. So there you go. See, not perfect. I had a couple of chocolate bars the other day. I did kind of feel bad for doing it, because I've been going so well, I've been doing well for so long, but it happens. But again, I feel okay with it. So what do I want for the future? What I just said. What do I want for the future? Other than that, I want happiness with me, the ones that I love, and for you guys, the ones out there that are watching this. I want you guys to be happy. And if you're struggling, come on, we can do it. We can all do it. We're all in this together, by all means, right? So I'm just thankful that I am where I am today. And I couldn't have done it without my friends, my family, my support from you guys. Deep down, my support. I love that. And that's going to be about it for today. So once again, everybody, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button. We're going to come back to doing videos every Tuesday. Some days there's going to be kind of dry material. I do understand that, right? Because that's just the way it goes. The fact that I've lost 35 pounds from Mayish to now, you know, and that's a big chunk of weight fast. So, you know, the next little while is going to be slow. Yeah, do I want to get to 219 again? No. Do I want to get to about 230? Yeah. And again, back to the gym and getting a little bit more definition to go with it. Yeah. And hopefully you can find that happiness in yourself as well. So once again, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks again for subscribing. I do appreciate it. And everybody, if you remember, not every day is fantastic, but at least I have the opportunity to live every day. Until next time, take care and bye-bye.